Oh, yes, sir. A little bit of everything podcast. Luck is in the building. It's what's poppin' with y'all, man? How y'all doing? Welcome back to the program, the good times. We let them roll over here. Is what we do. We like to enjoy ourselves. You know what I'm talking about? We like to enjoy ourselves on this fine. What is it? Wednesday already? Jesus. I'm still trying to get back, man. I went to before I tell y'all where I went, let me just go ahead and get this out the way real quick. Okay? Let me just go ahead and get this out the way really quick. There's a question that was asked on Twitter. Somebody asked, is Drake in 2021 bigger than Michael Jackson at his peak? And I don't think I've ever seen anybody get lined up on Twitter as much as that account did for saying some nonsense like that. First of all, I don't care how many records he breaks, and he does break a lot of records. His music, that's my enigma with Drake. Like, how is your music so popular but not so good at the same time? Like, that Certified Lover Boy was mid. So was Donda. But I mean, I like, 7 songs off there? My avid Drake fan friend, Danny, I think she said she liked like 11 of them. Listen, he'll never be bigger than Mike, okay? Ever. One dude said, he showed a video of Mike outside of a hotel. And it looked like a goddamn concert outside of Mike's hotel room. And he said Kanye put Drake address on the internet and nobody went to his house. He'll never be on the same level as Mike. And like I said, when people was talking about who was Beyonce bigger than Michael Jackson, until you got grown men, grown women, children passing out in the front row of concerts, having to get carried out, ambulanced out, you'll never be bigger than Mike. Ever. Okay? Ever. Never. Not never. Not on any motherfucking planet. None of that. I'm just saying. You'll never be able to do it. Mike is whatever you think the greatest thing is on earth. Whatever you think the greatest food is, whatever you think the greatest place to go, wherever you think that is that's what Mike is in real life, okay? You'll never be bigger than Mike. Sorry. Okay, we just had to get that out the way real quick. Let's murder these few little minutes with that nonsense, and we're good to go now. We good to go now. Bigger than Mike. The fuck up out of here. Nonsense. But yeah, though. Back in it, back at it. Like I said, I just went out of town. Went to a Niner game in Philly. And had a really good time. It was nice and warm. Philly is a cool city. It kind of goes from, like, we was downtown and came to find out that North Philly and in downtown and then South Philly, right? North Philly, downtown is probably about, I don't want to say we was like smack dab in the middle of downtown, but once you get kind of past the historical shit, you right in the hood. And once you got to get past the downtown few blocks, like, you right in the hood. Like, when we went to go get cheesesteaks, the lady that was taking us over there was telling us how somebody just got killed at the spot we was going to the night before, or the night before that, 2 nights ago, one of them, and how her son got shot up 10 times in the same area 2 years ago. So, you know, it went from like the hood, like the coolest downtown, and it's a lot of shit, and then boom, you in the hood. It's kind of like run down houses and You feel me? Niggas around and but it's cool though. Like and I was talking to somebody, or I was talking to somebody, and I was like, I was expecting to see. I wasn't expecting to see as many white people, for as hood as it looks, or as ghetto as it looks, or kind of like run down or old as it looks, and it was like, well, they just kind of just started coming in, taking it over, or just being around. But they were everywhere. Like, white people were everywhere. I didn't see any of my Latino people. I don't think I seen any of my Asian people. But a lot of blacks and a lot of whites. A lot of that. You feel me? But yeah, Philly was cool though. I'm glad I got to go there. I've been meaning to get to the East Coast. I'm still going to go to New York. I'm trying to put something together to go to New York with my niece. Maybe we can figure that out. Maybe sometime around my birthday or a little bit after my birthday. But yeah, I'm definitely trying to get to NY. And it's crazy because I already had this topic in there about traveling, right? And how I'm really not the biggest fan of flying, but this update is doing something to my no thanks. Update. I don't know if y'all updated y'all iPhones yet, but it's definitely doing something to my. Oh, there we go. All right. Yeah. Like, I really hate flying. I don't like being in them cramped. I don't even care. I don't care if I'm going to Vegas, which is an hour and a half flight or whatever. Like, I'm not a fan of flying. Being cramped up in a spot and with hella people you don't know, especially with the COVID thing going on when you got to keep your mask on. It's already hot and tight and you don't get to drink no more. And but I've never been a fan of flying. I've never been a fan of just sitting in this confined space. But then again, what's the difference between that and driving? Like, you're still in a confined space. I mean, maybe because for driving is a little more personal. You know who you with, or you know who you sitting exactly next to, and y'all could talk, and music is for everybody. And I don't know. But flying is the safest way to go. Like, flying is the safest way to get where you're going. Even if it's something wrong, you can land, and or you just get switched to another plane. But driving, like, you don't really know what the other fool got going on or what type of time they on. You know what I'm saying? So, but I don't mind flying. Flew in there on a Friday night, overnight, was blasted, slept the whole flight. Didn't really sleep on the way back. Watching the game and just couldn't get comfortable, but I would much rather fly than drive. Like I've driven to Vegas, and that was the first time we did it was cool. The second time we went, I ended up getting into it with the girl I went with, and that drive back was awkward and weird, and the whole situation was weird because I had fucked up on some drunk shit, and but yeah, I was young. I was like 21, maybe something like that. Young. Shana Remy. But yeah, man. Philly was cool. Flying is all right. Much rather drive. Much rather fly than drive, though. I would much rather fly than drive. We could start with this. I'll start with this one. My partner, Alexis, had tweeted this. And she said, everybody is either emotionally unavailable or trying to be in love on day one. Never, no in between. That was her tweet. And I said to myself, like, that's real shit. Everybody either act like they don't care, they'll ghost you, they ain't tripping, they cool with being alone. Well, they don't want to be bothered, they don't want to do this, they don't want to do that. Or everybody is just immediately in love, right? I see people tweeting all the time, yeah, I'm in love with you after one date, or I'm in love with you. Listen, what's the stupidest one I always hear? Fuck texting, come move in with me. Like, what? Fuck talking on the phone, let's move in together, let's live together. Like, how? How do people go from one extreme without even knowing who they're dealing with? Like, the whole process of like really getting to know somebody and really wanting to talk to somebody and figuring out if you really like them and dating, and like, people really do go all in the first few weeks of fucking with somebody. Like, I would feel uncomfortable if I met a girl, what's tomorrow? If I met a girl on the 20... Nigga, what's wrong with working? All right, here we go. If I met a girl on the 22nd, and by October 12th, October 11th, October 10th, I can have a key, I can move, I can leave stuff there, I can have my own little drawer, you have your own little piece of the closet. No, bitch, I don't know you like that. Why would I be in here like that? I'm not doing that. Come on now. I remember it was a point in time where you had to damn near marry a broad to get the key. That'd be a whole girlfriend to get the key. Now you can get the key at a few meals, some good head, some good dick, and a car wash. Like, it's in there, it's yours. Take it. And you know what? I think, this is what I think is what happened and was really the problem, and why it's like this, why it's really how it is. What happened was the younger generation came in on that type of time. The younger generation is like, man, fuck this. I want to be in love. I don't want to wait around for it. I don't want to have to, my bad, I lost my train of thought. I thought about something else completely. Something threw me off. Something somebody said, which was along these lines, and I just had a quick flashback. But yes, they don't want to wait around. They want to be in love. They want to be married, or if they want to get married, or they want to have situationships, whatever they want to have, right? And I think the older we got, and I'm talking about people in their 30s, early 40s, 30s, early 40s. My generation thought, or some of us are up there in age and are like, man, like, that kind of work. That's kind of cool for us. Like, we already went through the whole trying to do it all the right way process, and it never worked. We're still alone, or we single mothers or single fathers, or, and instead of waiting out the whole process and planning out the whole process like you supposed to, they like, nigga, fuck it. If I can't fall in love with you in the first date, or on the first fuck, or we can't move in after a few weeks of talking, or, we fuck raw so we go together, or whatever the case may be, then I'm just emotionally unattached. I don't want to do it. I don't want to go through it. I don't want to be around you. I don't, like, our shit is off. Like, it's all messed up now. Like, for real. Like, it's kind of sad how the way the time we live in now when it comes to love and shit and being with somebody. Like, it's almost like the courting, dating stage is obsolete. And I think an adverse part of that is that people don't really either know how to date or want to date. or they feel like or they get so in their emotions about somebody being single that they think, oh, they single, they fucking somebody. Like, if you single, you can do what you want. We've already talked about this plenty of times on this podcast. If you single, you do what you want. So, you shouldn't be in no rush to just be in love with somebody or move somebody in, or you can't live without somebody that fast. You don't even know these people. Like, that honeymoon, it's like the honeymoon phase is it. It's either the honeymoon phase or I don't want to be around nobody phase. Those are the two eras we in right now. Or we go on one date and you eat with your left hand, or you eat with the wrong fork at dinner. Yeah, I'm not fucking with them no more. I'm good. Like, damn, like, like, that's it. That's all it takes for somebody to be gone now. Like, just that. Like, it's tough. And a lot of people are getting back into the dating world after being in long relationships and seeing that this shit ain't cool. I mean, even for somebody who went through a breakup this year, like, I'm not gonna say it ain't cool, but I could see what a lot of people are talking about. Like, there's a lot of other going on out here that you I don't want to say you ain't prepared for, but you just, maybe we expected other stuff in the single world from the outside looking in, or you thought it was going to be different, or you thought it was going to be like it once was. And it ain't. It's nothing like it once was. Nothing was the same, as Dre said. But, yeah, it's wild. It's wild. It's sad to see, man, how people are just so quick to just, like, if we can't just do it immediately, why are we doing it? Or, I ain't just gonna do it at all. Like, there's no in between anymore. It's not even a trial and error thing no more. It's just, oh, yep, well, fuck it, and we move on. While we on relationships, fuck it. Let's just keep it rolling right there. Actually, I got two more about relationships. So let's roll with this one. It's a lot of people, some I know personally, some I've just read about, or read over, or heard about, or don't like giving advice to their exes. A lot of people are cool with watching their ex suffer. Like, oh, it didn't work. Oh, you left me and you went to somebody else and it didn't work out. No, you asked me for advice. I ain't never been that dude. I actually don't mind giving my exes advice. Like, it's cool with me. I don't mind putting you on. I feel like I know you very well. Or I should say, you feel like I know you very well. So you ask me shit. You are curious as to why this person may be doing you like this. Maybe I did you the same. Maybe they're doing something completely different that's really throwing you off and you just can't understand why it's going like this. But, like, I ain't never been that bitter to where any ex I have can ask me about something or they need some help with something. Even people when I've had situationships or long running things going on, like, you can ask me. I ain't tripping. We can talk about it. I'm going to keep it a buck with you. You feel me? I would hope that you would listen to what I'm saying, because I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I'm not going to bullshit you. I'm going to tell you what the fuck I feel about what you're telling me, because I do know you very well. And I'm going to keep it solid with you because you asking me to. But this is the thing I hate, and this is with old flames, new flames, friends, whatever the fuck. I hate when I get asked for advice and I tell you the truth, and then I tell you, but you're not done. You're going to go right back and you get mad at me for that. I'm being honest. I'm not being an asshole. I'm not trying to downplay what you feel, but I'm just telling you by the way that you are speaking and just the way you in your feelings about this, like this is, you really going to be feeling, you going to go back. You're going to turn back around and you're going to go through it again because you're not ready to leave it alone yet. And that's okay. But it's best to admit, yeah, man, I'm still in my feelings about it. And I think, you finna end up right back where you at. Listen, when you over something, you over it. You can't even be talked off the cliff. You can't be swayed by sweet nothings. When you are over something or over somebody, you are over. It is what it is. You feel me? They can do whatever they want to do for you. I'm talking about men and women. They can do whatever they want to do for you in the world. Okay? Wash your car, eat your ass, wipe your walls, raise your kids, buy you clothes, give you money, put rose petals throughout the house for you when you get home after long. They can do whatever you want. When you are done, you're done. It's over. You feel me? The relationship, it ain't shit. The doctor is dead. Okay? If you ain't on that level, mentally, physically, emotionally, you gonna keep going back. It's only a matter of time. You know what I'm saying? And I don't even knock people who do it. Because we human. And we all got emotions and we all process shit. Shit, I done been thought I was over something. Or said I was over something and continued on with what I was doing. Ended up right back in the same spot. Back at one. You know what I mean? Like, it happens. It's nothing to be ashamed of. But you can't lie to yourself. You feel me? If you ain't over it, you just ain't over it. Just say, and this is hard for people to do, but just say, forgive me if y'all hear me adjusting this mic. Just say, hey man, listen. I'm done. I don't want to do it. But at the same time, you feel me? I'm still emotionally attached and it's difficult for me. It's hard for me. And a lot of people don't like being honest with themselves like that. A lot of people, they'll be honest with themselves alone. But to people they venting to, or to people who they ask for help, or to whoever they mad at, or whatever the case may be, they won't say that. And sometimes you gotta say shit out loud. You know what I'm saying? I had to say stuff out loud. I had to be honest about, my last situation. Like, you have to be honest with yourself. You feel me? If you're not honest with yourself, you're never gonna get over it. You're never gonna get over it. All you're gonna do is basically put a rug over a bunch of dirt. That's what you're gonna do. Instead of just flipping the rug, instead of just cleaning up the whole mess, you're trying to sweep it under the rug and think you can just step over it. It's gonna keep piling up. It's gonna keep being there. You're gonna keep tripping over it until you decide to move the rug, clean the dirt up, lay it down flat, and move forward. You're gonna keep going through it. You know what I'm saying? So that's the advice I be giving exes. They don't even want to hear that shit. I think they hear it and they nod and they get it and they understand. And then 2 days, 2 weeks, 2 months later, they're right back where they was at again. And the last one I gave this advice to, she used to listen to the podcast. I know I do them so far and in between, so maybe she won't hear this, but I hope she do. And if she don't bring it up like she normally does, if I ever talk about her on the podcast, I'm gonna tell her to listen to it right around this mark too. Damn it, I forgot the thought. Oh, I hate when that happens. See, that's what happens when you talk too much. I forgot the damn thought I was getting ready to say. Oh, I'm getting old. I ain't even drunk. That was my first shot. Oh, I'm hella mad. What the hell was I finna say? I do this often. This is bad. I really just lost the whole thought. About her not listening. Niggas ain't shit. Bitches ain't shit. Kids for sure ain't shit. What was I finna say? My bad, y'all. I done fucked up the church's money. When I watch, it's gonna come back to me mid-sitting somewhere. It's just gonna pop back in. Like, oh yeah, remember what I was talking about? You know what I'm saying? Fuck. Oh, I'm hella mad. I really just lost that thought. Right there. It ain't even on the tip of my tongue. It's gone. People not listening when you give them advice, telling them exactly what they gonna end up right back where they was at because they don't want to listen. Damn, I'm hella mad. I forgot. All right, if it come back and y'all hear me jump right back into this, that's just the way I be processing shit. Okay, my bad. Maybe I need a drink and do this. Like shit. Oh, I really forgot that. Oh, this is what I told her. I said, when she venting to me and telling me about, her situation with bruh and all that shit, what I told her was, I said, you see how bad you feel right now? You see how horrible you feel, how fucked up you feel at this moment right now. I said, remember that, how he made you feel again, because this ain't the first time he made you feel like this. Again, he made you feel exactly like this. So when he decided to come back around and be cool or try to work it out or try to make you feel better or try to bull you back in, just remember that feeling. Okay? Just keep that feeling in the back, how miserable you felt. Just keep that feeling in the back of your mind when he come back around. If you don't ever want to feel that way again, you'll move on. Or you just won't fuck with him like that no more. Or you won't fuck with him at all. And sometimes you have to remember how bad somebody made you feel. How fucked up they really made you feel. And I think if you feel that more than once or more than twice, then maybe you should just, just move forward. Now, it's a lot of shit you could get over. There's a lot of conversations you could have and, things that you could talk about to, make things better and smooth things out. But, you really gotta, you just gotta remember how people make you feel, man. Like, that's really all it is. And if you don't want to go through that no more, if you don't want to feel that feeling, if you don't want to, if you don't want to feel like that no more, man, it's time to move forward. So, just a little bit of free game. But like I was saying, I don't mind giving out advice to exes, man. You have to do that. You have to make sure that that you really over him, you really past him, cause that shit is tough. You feel me? But I'm always on your side. Always Big Liddy. Big Liddy. That's exactly what I was looking for. That is exactly what pimping was looking for. My bad, I just got this email. Don't be all in my business. Mind y'all on. But yeah, though, while we still on relationships, we still rolling hard on a relationship thing right now. I feel good about it. Closure. Closure is another funny thing. Is it a myth? Do you think it's real? Let me tell you what closure isn't or what closure shouldn't be. To a lot of people, and I think this is 80% of people, 80-20 rule. To a lot of people, closure is about getting out what you feel, what you want to get out, or without having a middle ground or some type of settlement. Like, you just want to let the other motherfucker know how you did them. You feel me? I don't think that's what closure is about. It's not about getting a point across. It's not about saying who was right or wrong. It's, to me, just me personally, I think closure is about being honest about what happened between y'all. Man, this is exactly what happened. You know what I'm saying? And I just think that, you know, this, that, and the other. Like, with my last relationship, we didn't have to have the closure conversation after the fact. You know what I'm saying? It was, a lot of things were said in the heat of stuff, and I think that kind of gave the closure. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is what it is. This is what it ain't. This is what it was. And this is what it ain't gonna be. And maybe we'll reconvene one day, but it ain't what it is right now. And that was the closure part. Like, a lot of people have a lot of pinned up feelings still. And they feel like, oh, this motherfucker just did me so wrong. And, oh, I didn't get to say this. And I didn't get to kick that down. And now you bringing up shit that ain't even necessary. You know what I'm saying? And that's not how it's supposed to go. If you closing out, if you're finishing up, if it's time to wrap it up, I think it should be more middle ground. More we and less I and less you. You understand what I'm saying? Closure should be, again, just as Lamar, not Dr. Phil or Dr. Hoodfield. Closure should be more we and less I and less you. You're closing. You're not trying to get it back. Some people just want to close, in parentheses, because they want to hit again. Let's be honest. Let's keep it all the way real. Let's not fake it. Let's not bullshit each other. That's what you really want to do. You just want to fuck. And that's all you're thinking about. And you know, if you can just get them alone to talk to them, you can hit them in the sweet spot. And next thing you know, you're back in a relationship for 6 months. That ain't working again. My point is, I don't think it's a myth, man. It's just something that you have to be ready to talk about and not be all in your feelings, even though you're going to be in your feelings no matter what. But be in your feelings to a point where you can still understand where the other person has come from and not make it a pissing match or a whole, just you don't want it to be a bunch of bullshit. That's what you don't want it to be. You feel me? And I think that's hard for people to come to grips with. I think that's hard for people to do because, like I said, everybody want to be right. You did this to me. You did that to me. You ain't gonna never close that. Okay, that's gonna be an open wound right there, baby. Get ready for it, because it's real. It ain't going nowhere. But, you know, that's just, you know, how I feel, man. I think that if you really wanted closure from something, more about we, less about you and I. That's how you move forward with shit. All right, enough of this relationship shit. I'm tired of talking to y'all about that. You feel me? Tired of going through it. Let's talk about verses real quick. And this one was floated out there, right? Well, actually, this wasn't floated out there. What I've noticed after every verses is people come up with their own verses they really want to see. And they said this, the first one they said was Cash Money and No Limit. Now, though that would be beyond epic, man, Cash Money's tenure is much longer than No Limits, okay? Now, if they were just to only do in the 90s, then maybe we'll have some. But Cash Money's tenure is far too long for No Limit. Now, one that I think they could do is Cash Money and Bad Boy, because Bad Boy's tenure was long before Cash Money's, and then it was as long as Cash Money's, and then even though Cash Money has still continued, you know what I'm saying? Even though Puff really hasn't put nothing out in a few years, it's his tenure before is just as long as Cash Money's tenure after Bad Boy was really giving you music. You know what I'm saying? So that would be epic. That would be big. You know what I'm saying? Because you could put up, man, what? Man, come on, man. It's, I'm interested. I sign up for that. I'd be calling off work for that one. That's epic. You need to have a watch party for that one. Cause they're gonna bring the pain on that. But I would love to see that though, man. Puff and Jermaine Dupri was going back and forth on Twitter after the fact. And that'd be dope too. Like Jermaine Dupri has lengthy history, just like Puff. You know what I'm saying? Just like Dre. So, I mean, I'll be here for it. I'll be here for any of them. You know, they keep floating out this ideal of, ooh, wait, what just happened? They keep flowing out this ideal of comedians doing it. And I wonder how that would go. Would it just be comedians just up there roasting each other for 2 hours? Or would you play like some of their greatest hits and then they like 30 minutes of roast and then 30 minutes of greatest hits and then a break and then 30 minutes of roast and then 30 minutes of greatest hits? Like, how would that play out? How do you, I don't know how that would work. To be honest, I mean, it's a hell of an idea, but I don't know how it would really work. To, you know, because like I wouldn't mind seeing Cat and Kevin Hart, even though Cat will smoke Kevin Hart. Because Cat can just naturally just blast you. I don't think he need much. I don't think Cat need much to air you out. Cat is just gonna go. But yeah, I mean, they floated around a few comedians that they wouldn't mind throwing in there. But I mean, that's a little bit different. That's like having DJs DJ up there. Like, they're not DJing their own, literally their own stuff. Like, could you really have a DJ versus? You could probably, you know, it would be kind of dope. Producers. I'm talking about like video producers doing like verses of their music videos that they've done. Like, you know what I'm talking about? Like F. Gary Gray and Hype Williams, some shit like that. Where you just kind of like put 2 minutes worth of each video up every time. And like, that'd be dope too. Like, I mean, versus, you could throw a whole lot of ideas out there. You know what I'm saying? Like a whole lot of ideas. So it'd definitely be fire if you can, you know, throw something in there like that. If you can definitely kind of just, you feel me? That'd be lit. See, let me DM versus and tell them, man, I got some player ass shit for y'all to use. You know what I'm talking about? A little bit of everything podcast. Wow, okay. I didn't even know I had this many. I got 2 different sets of topics. I I forgot about these. Oh shit, I forgot about these. Ooh, I got some good ones in here. Mariah versus Beyonce versus Mary. Ooh, yeah, I'm gonna have to wait for that one. I come back to that one. I need to do a little more research on that one. Mariah versus Mary versus Beyonce. Ooh, yeah. I'm gonna get back to that one. Let me tag that one, because that one is gonna have to. I'm gonna have to talk about that one. I just gotta go through everybody's catalog one time. One time before I get y'all that. You feel me? All right, I'm gonna drop this one on y'all, and then I'm up out of here. They got these untold stories on Netflix, right? First one was The Malice in the Palace, and they had the one about the boxing chick. I don't remember her name, but I remember her fighting as a kid. Undercard for Tyson. I remember that like it was yet. I don't remember like it was yesterday, but once when I was watching hers, and I'm watching the fight when she come out and fight, and I'm like, bro, like I've seen this before. So I look it up. I'm like, oh shit, we watched this. So hers is dope. The Malice in the Palace, and the one is dope. The Malice in the Palace, man. Listen here. I remember coming home. This was before social media. People wouldn't even call you and tell you nothing was going on. Like, you would just get home, cut on Sports Center. It was a night out. Get home, cut on Sports Center, and they just keep talking about this big ass fight between the Pacers and the Pistons. And they just keep showing it over and over. Niggas getting slapped, niggas getting stole on, run our test, run up in there, show how it all started. And seeing that, it put you right back in the moment, which was dope as hell to be right back in that moment. But the other camera angles could have told so much more. At this point, because I watched that Malice in the Palace, that was about a month or so ago. So, hopefully a lot of y'all have seen it. Y'all understand what I'm saying. If not, go watch that, please. Watch that one. Watch the boxing chick one. I didn't watch the Brew and Caitlyn one. Brew bit. I didn't watch that one. I did watch the one with the hockey dad, the mafia dude. He was in the mob. Bought his son the hockey team. The hockey team took the fuck off for like a year or two, and then it all went downhill, which was another lit one. They got another one up there I just saw last night about a tennis dude. I ain't never heard of him. I might check it out. Netflix is the documentary stuff like Cocaine Cowboys is raw as hell too. Like, and I've heard of Willie Falcone, but I didn't know about the whole story. I even remember seeing them on the news back in like high school and didn't even understand what the hell was going on. But like, I'm glad that as a kid, a lot of the stuff that I vaguely remember seeing, I kind of remember seeing, I lightly remember seeing, now I get to like see it. You feel me? And understand it. And like, oh, this shit was like shit. It's a lot of dope. It was a lot of dope things that was going on when I was growing up that I didn't fully understand because I wasn't old enough. But now as an adult and being able to look up stuff and read stuff, I'm really a Wikipedia, articles, interviews while I'm watching some type of dude, because I need to know how accurate is this stuff I'm watching. And for the most part, especially dealing with Netflix, Hulu, like all of them streaming services, HBO, like they really get it pretty damn close. I don't know if it's 100% close. Like movies are never 100% close. Movies would be like 70% real and then 30% drawn out shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? For example, the mobster leaving for trying to kill the other mobsters is real, but in the movie they'll put some other spin on it to put somebody else in there that had nothing to do with it. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, it's like I said. And I'm not watching hella documentaries. I'm not trying to go through all that nonsense, but I do like watching them. I do enjoy. I do enjoy learning about stuff that I kind of already knew or vaguely knew or thought I knew, and then boom, nigga, you know now. This is really what it was. Like, that's dope to me. But yeah, that's definitely something to catch up on. A little bit of everything podcast. It always feels good, man, to get in here with y'all. I gotta get Pee Wee in here. Gotta get Pee Wee on. Pee Wee Guilty Clothing. Google it. Look it up on Instagram. Guilty Clothing. I gotta get Pee Wee in here. That's my next dude I gotta get in. I'm gonna figure out a way to do it as soon as possible. He'll work with me. We'll figure something out. But yeah, man, a little bit of everything podcast. I'll let y'all on the flip side. Peace.